When God prepares to deliver something extraordinary into your life, it rarely arrives in the way you might expect. The path to greatness is almost always lined with difficulties, obstacles, and seasons of deep uncertainty. There are no shortcuts to true success, and there is no quick road to the desires you hold in your heart. Instead of simply placing blessings in your hands, God first reshapes you into the person who is capable of receiving, carrying, and sustaining them. This refining process is often uncomfortable. You may feel as though life is pulling you beyond your limits. The things you once loved may start slipping away, old habits may shatter, relationships might shift, and your surroundings can suddenly feel unfamiliar. But it is in these very moments of discomfort that God is doing His most important work within you, molding you, strengthening you, and shaping you for what is coming. When heaven is preparing to release something significant into your life, it rarely falls effortlessly into place. Instead, you are led through a period that feels like pruning, stripping away what is unnecessary so that you can hold what He is about to give you. Even if you cannot understand it at the moment, every hardship, every tear, every loss is part of the preparation. Just as a gardener prunes a branch so that it can bear more fruit, you too must go through seasons of refining before you can carry the greatness that is meant for you. During this time, you will face tests of your endurance, your faith, and your patience. At moments you may feel as if nothing is moving forward, and discouragement might whisper that the promise will never arrive. But God's testing is never meant to destroy you. It is designed to strengthen you. He allows these challenges because He knows you can rise above them. He believes in you, even on days when you do not believe in yourself. This season of waiting, though frustrating, is not wasted. It is teaching you to trust His timing, to rely on Him completely, and to develop patience and perseverance. If you examine the greatest success stories, whether from Scripture or from the present day, you will notice a pattern. Almost always, great victories are preceded by a long season of preparation, often marked by difficulty. David was hunted through the wilderness long before he wore a crown. Joseph spent years as a slave and a prisoner before stepping into his divine assignment as Egypt's second in command. The most influential leaders are rarely formed in seasons of comfort. They are forged in the fires of adversity. When God is ready to bring something new into your life, He often begins by removing certain things and certain people from your path. This can be confusing at first. You may wonder why opportunities seem to vanish or why doors you thought were right suddenly close. But God sees what you cannot. He removes the distractions, the voices that could slow your progress, and the circumstances that might hinder you from stepping into your full purpose. In these moments you may feel isolated, but that solitude is not a punishment, it is preparation. It is giving you the clarity and focus you will need for the road ahead. Another clear sign that something greater is coming is when you begin to sense a shift within yourself, a restlessness, a hunger for something more. It is as if your soul is reaching for something beyond where you are right now. You may not be able to define it, but you feel it. This inner stirring is often God preparing your spirit for what is coming. The life that once felt comfortable may now feel too small. What used to bring you satisfaction may now feel hollow. God is aligning your desires with His will, making sure that what you want matches what He has planned. The things that no longer serve your future will lose their power over you, and the things that truly matter, purpose, passion, calling, will take center stage. It is in these moments that faith is crucial. You may not be able to see what God is doing, but you can trust that He is orchestrating everything with perfect precision. His timing is flawless. Every struggle you face is not random. It is training you for what lies ahead. If you can endure this season without losing hope, you will emerge stronger, wiser, and fully equipped for the blessing waiting on the other side. When God is getting ready to bless you, He will give you both the strength and wisdom to face what is coming, but He will also challenge you to act. Faith alone is not enough if it is not paired with action. God requires you to step forward, even when you cannot see the entire path. This is where obedience matters most. You may not have all the answers, you may not know every step, but he asks you to move in faith anyway. Hesitation is not what God rewards. Obedience is. When you walk in alignment with His will despite uncertainty, He honors that. So if you find yourself in a season filled with discomfort, confusion, and closed doors, do not be discouraged. These are signs that something big is coming. Trust that this pruning and preparation is necessary. Lean into the process, walk with courage, and hold your faith firmly. When the blessing arrives, you will not only be ready to receive it, but you will also have the maturity, the strength, and the wisdom to carry it well. When a major breakthrough is approaching, it often begins with an intense period of challenge. This is not random. It is a critical part of God's design. The journey towards something great is rarely smooth. The struggles you face are not meant to crush you, but to make you stronger. Like an athlete must endure rigorous training before stepping into competition, you must go through seasons of testing before you can handle what God is preparing to give you. The battles you face, whether they involve heartbreak, financial pressure, strained relationships, or internal doubts, are not designed to defeat you. They are shaping you. They are building resilience, refining your faith, and strengthening your character. Just as gold is purified in fire, you are refined through the heat of life's trials. At times you may feel as though you are being stretched too far, but it is in those exact moments that God is building you into someone who can thrive even in the face of adversity. We often pray for an easy life, wishing for things to fall into place quickly, but if we were to receive blessings before we were ready, we would not be able to sustain them. The struggles are what prepare you to carry what God is about to give you. Without the refining process, you might not have the strength or discipline to hold on to what He has in store. The price of greatness is not measured in comfort, but in faith, endurance, and willingness to keep going when things get hard. These seasons also teach you to depend fully on God. When you reach the end of your own strength, you learn to rely on His. This deeper trust prepares you to manage the blessings wisely when they come. Without that trust, you could easily misuse or squander what you've been given. Every trial you face is not wasted. It is creating within you the capacity to carry greater things. When the breakthrough comes, you will realize that everything you endured was not in vain. The closed doors, the waiting, the pain, it was all part of the plan. You will be able to carry your blessing with gratitude, humility, and wisdom. God often begins this process by pruning your life, cutting away what no longer fits where you are going. This could mean certain relationships fading, opportunities falling through, or habits being stripped away. Though it may hurt at first, pruning is not punishment. It is a sign of growth. Just like a gardener trims back a plant so it can bear more fruit, God removes what is no longer needed so you can grow into the next version of yourself. Sometimes we hold on to people or things simply because they feel familiar. Letting go can feel scary, but God never takes something from you without preparing something better. The losses you face are often divine redirections meant to put you back on course. If you are willing to release what no longer serves your purpose, you will step into a life that is lighter, freer, and more aligned with your calling. You may not understand it now, but later you will see that every ending was a new beginning in disguise. God is not trying to leave you empty. He is clearing space for the extraordinary. Eventually, there will come a stirring in your soul, a deep knowing that there is more to life than what you are currently experiencing. This inner pull is not random. It is God's Spirit urging you to rise higher. It may make you restless, even uncomfortable, but it is meant to propel you forward. This is your invitation to leave behind complacency and step into the fullness of what He has planned. Obedience is your next step. When God calls you, He rarely shows you the entire path. Instead, He gives you just enough light to take the first step. Like Abraham leaving his homeland, not knowing exactly where he was going, you are asked to trust Him, even when you don't have all the answers. This kind of faith is powerful. It opens doors, unlocks blessings, and positions you exactly where you need to be. Faith must be paired with action. It is not enough to feel called. You must move. Like Peter stepping out of the boat to walk on water, you are asked to trust even in the middle of the storm. The more you fix your eyes on God, the more you will find the courage to keep going. Each act of obedience plants a seed that will bear fruit in due season. God honors your willingness to follow Him even when the future feels uncertain. If you keep stepping forward in faith, you will find that He meets you at every stage, opening doors, strengthening you, and aligning everything for His perfect plan. So do not wait for the perfect moment. Take the step now. Trust His timing, trust His direction, and watch as He unfolds a future greater than you could have ever imagined.